mali mai noi nei kukini e ualu aku nei ke kalo kanu o ka aina. Mai kana lua a ole no e ho hema hema. Hema hema no ka I ole miki miki ka oau. O ko ka hua no ia o ke one hanau hoi. I ho ili ia mai e nā ka hiko. Nā ka aloku loku kumakani. E nā e we hanau o ka aina e kua pūlawa I ka pai o no ka pono.
Sell it to somebody from far away. Little by little, take it every day. You gotta leave some land for the Hawaiian people.
Hawaiian people.
You gotta give some land to the Hawaiian people.
Aloha. My name is Keohokui Kauihana. I am a repatriated Hawaiian national and elected official of the Hawaiian legislature. It is my duty to inform the general public of the illegal state of Hawaii that on March 13, 1999, the Hawaiian Kingdom Constitution was reinstated. This year is the 18th anniversary of the lawful Hawaiian Kingdom government. This government was reinstated to reclaim our birthrights and national lands. I pledge to continue our Queen's protests against the annexation treaty and the fraudulent state of Hawaii. Mahalo ke akua. I'm going to read a declaration from March 13, 1999, when we first reinstated the Hawaiian Kingdom government. A declaration by the representatives of the inherent sovereignty of the Kingdom of Hawaii, March 13, 1999. Keakua has created all things in heaven and earth. E hiki mai ko au puni, e lama lama, e ho'i kou make make, e liki mai ia nā pohe, ka hiko, ke ali'i ke au kahu, ina maka ainana, ina au makua, ina kupuna ho'i mai ka kalani, pele ho'i mai ka honoa nei, of the people of old, the chiefs, the masses, the commoners, the gardeners of old, and all the elders. We, the descendants of the Aboriginal inhabitants of these islands, known in our mother tongue as Kanaka Maoli o Hawaii Nei, hereby proclaim the establishment of an interim provisional government on this day to exercise the perfect right reserved in the Desiree exiled Hawaiian government according to principles of international public law. The reinstatement of this body politic, which possesses the inherent sovereignty of Hawaii, ends the wrongful usurpation of the Hawaiian Islands by the United States of America. It will resume the powers entitled to all free and independent nations by the laws of nature and by nature's God. A decent respect for all human beings requires a declaration of causes which led to this action. On January 17, 1893, the free and independent Kingdom of Hawaii and its inherent sovereignty was unlawfully, forcibly overthrown by a small group of conspirators with the aid of United States Minister to the Hawaiian Islands and the armed forces of the United States Navy. In response to this act of war, the reigning sovereign monarch, Queen Liliuokalani, wrote a protest letter objecting to the United States sanctioned insurrection, demanding the removal of the invasion force, therefore reserving the perfect right under international law to reinstate the Desiree government sovereignty of Hawaii. Acknowledging this act of war and admitting its role in direct violation of international law committed 124 years prior, the United States of America apologizes for its participation in the unlawful overthrow of the Hawaiian Kingdom. The joint resolution to acknowledge and to offer an apology for the overthrow of the Hawaiian Kingdom of Hawaii was signed into law by United States President William Jefferson Clinton and the 103rd United States Congress in November 23, 1893. Known as the United States Public Law 103-150-107 Stat 1510. This joint resolution recognizes the illegal actions of the agents and citizens in the conspiracy against the Desiree Independent Hawaiian Kingdom and its sovereign monarch, Queen Liliuokalani. We, the Kanaka Maoli, therefore acknowledge and reserve the perfect right to proceed with all diligence to fulfill the perfect obligation of the United States of America's Public Law 103-105. We will exercise natural rights according to all governments of Desiree status. We will proceed to free and open election whereby the citizens of the inherent sovereignty of Hawaii will select their representatives to serve in the permanent and Desiree legislation of Hawaii. We will resume the stewardship of our economy and engage in international commerce. We will peaceably claim dominion over our national lands from the occupation of United States government and its de facto state of Hawaii government. We will ensure social and political rights of all residents of Hawaii, both its naturalized citizens and those claiming allegiance to governments abroad. We will faithfully in the principles of international law, appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world of the rectitude of our intentions. We do, in the name of our sovereign ancestors and sovereign descendants, solemnly publish and declare that the lawful Desiree government of the Hawaiian Islands has returned from exile to resume its place among the community of independent nations. To this grand endeavor, we pledge our lives, our fortunes, our sacred honor. Mahalo, ke akua. A reading of the notices that we submitted in public newspapers.
Aloha mai, o Laura Luka Ko'ino, and I will be reading a public notice that was published in the Sunday edition of the Honolulu Advertiser on September 9, 2001. The Reinstated Hawaiian Nation Notice. From the reinstated sovereignty of the Kingdom of Hawaii to reclaim all properties and Chantal owned by the Kingdom of Hawaii prior to January 17, 1893. Whereas on January 17, 1893, the government de jure of the peaceful sovereign nation known as the Kingdom of Hawaii was unlawfully overthrown in a coup d'etat by insurrectionists with the aid of the U.S. Minister to Hawaii and a detachment of U.S. Marines, effectively undermining the lawful political authority of the Hawaiian Islands and severing its ability to exercise control over its national lands. Whereas on July 7, 1898, control of the national lands of the Kingdom of Hawaii was illegally conveyed to its United States from the government de facto of insurrectionists. Whereas in the year 1993, the United States government passed Joint Resolution Public Law 103150, Statute 1510, acknowledging and confessing to illegally overthrowing the Kingdom of Hawaii, violating international law, and unlawfully accepting those national lands which are owned by the inherent sovereignty of Hawaii. Whereas on March 13, 1999, the inherent sovereignty of Hawaii was reinstated in accordance with international public law, U.S. public law, and Hawaiian Kingdom domestic law. Whereas the government de jure of Hawaiian Nation has manifested perfect right to exercise the rule of post-liminium in accordance with international public law. Be it ordained and enacted by the legislature of Hawaii that the government de jure of the Hawaiian Kingdom possesses the authority to reclaim any and all land within its territorial boundaries. This reclamation has extended to those real properties upon lands both public or private that belong to the Hawaiian government and the Crown prior to January 17, 1893. That the government de jure of the Kingdom of Hawaii possesses the authority to reclaim any and all chattel properties belonging to the lawful Hawaiian nation. That the lawful Hawaiian government shall proceed to inventory all national lands. That the reinstated Hawaiian nation shall assess and categorize all real property upon the national lands for future usage. That the lawful Hawaiian government reserves all rights to determine the use of all real property within its national lands. And to notate, the reinstated lawful government of Hawaii retains the right to claim income earned from all use of its national lands. All intercessions upon its claim by any foreign government, corporation, or persons with the regarded will be regarded as a violation of international law. All objections to the foregoing must be posted no later. Kalamai. All objections to the foregoing can be sent to the Office of Communications at P.O. Box 2236, Honolulu, Hawaii, 96804. Mahalo.
My name is Lance Kamuela Gomes, representative for the lawful Hawaiian government, Mokupunio, Hawaii, District 1. I'll be reading a public notice. This notice from the reinstated sovereignty of the Hawaiian Kingdom to initiate the transition of political authority and jurisdiction over the Hawaiian Islands. Whereas Hawaii was the birthplace of the Hawaiian people, Ngā Kanaka Maoli, and the land where the spiritual culture and political identity was created. Whereas it is the natural right of the Hawaiian people to be masters of their own fate and destiny, like all other nations in their own sovereign nation. Whereas this right was articulated in the 1893 protest letter of Queen Liliuokalani to the United States President. Whereas on March 13, 1999, the inherent sovereignty of Hawaii was reconstituted and the government, in accordance with international public law and Hawaiian Kingdom domestic law, was created. And the international community of the Hawaiian government's intent to reinstate its nation. Whereas on September 9, 2001, this government publicly stated its goal in the newspaper with the largest circulation in the Hawaiian Islands to reclaim all properties and chattel owned prior to the overthrow on January 17, 1893. Whereas no objection to these declarations were filed to the United States government, the state of Hawaii government, and the county governments, nor any corporate entities, either private or public. Whereas the government de jure of the Kingdom of Hawaii has manifested perfect right to exercise the rule of postilium in accordance with international public law. Whereas this reinstated Hawaiian government has once again achieved those conditions necessary under international law to acquire the status of nationhood. Be it enacted by the legislature of Hawaii that the government de jure of the Hawaiian Kingdom hereby initiates the transition of political authority and jurisdiction over the Hawaiian archipelago from the government of the United States of America and its subordinates, the governments of the state of Hawaii, county of Kauai, county of Maui, and the county of Hawaii and city and county of Honolulu. That this public notice serves as the official pronouncement to all residents of the Hawaiian Islands and to the international community, retiring the spirit of writ of proclamation of 1999. That as of this day, the lawful government of Hawaii hereby claims jurisdiction over all properties, real and chattel, within its national boundaries in accordance with international laws and Hawaiian Kingdom laws. Let it be known to all our citizens that have renounced their United States citizenship in order to reclaim nationally. Let it be known to all our citizens. I'm going to read a caveat now. Any and all persons, public or private, corporate or government, will be held liable in their public and or private capacities for any and all acts of suppression, oppression, impediment and hindrance against the government officials of the lawful Hawaiian Kingdom, its citizenry and affiliates. Any such action taken shall constitute a violation of the basic human rights of liberty and freedom in accordance with international law and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Preamble, Article 1 and 2. I'll now read a writ of proclamation of 1999. Known all ye nations, states, and persons, on March 13, 1999, a provisional government dedicated to the reinstatement of the de jure inherent sovereignty of Hawaii has been established. Due to the January 17, 1893 act of war by conspirators with the support of the United States Minister and armed United States Marines, the sovereign independence of the Hawaiian Kingdom was unlawfully overthrown. Exercising the perfect right to preserve the nation's existence in perpetuity, Queen Liliuokalani issued a protest letter against all actions done to the de jure inherent sovereignty of Hawaii. Since that day, the de jure Hawaiian government and sovereignty of the nation has remained in the state of suppression and impairment until such time that the Aboriginal descendants reinstate the lawful Hawaiian government in accordance with universal laws, the principles of natural law, and the law of nations. Furthermore, in 1993, the Congress and President of the United States signed a joint resolution, Public Law 103-150, 107 Statute 1510, to acknowledge the overthrow of the Hawaiian Kingdom. The states, the indigenous Hawaiian people never directly relinquished their claim to their inherent sovereignty as a people or over their national lands to the United States of America, either through their monarchy or through a plebiscite or referendum. Therefore, the temporary Hawaiian government accepts perfect obligation of Public Law 103-150, 107, Statute 1510, and shall proceed to exercise international and external affairs of nationhood. Whereas it is the intent of the temporary Hawaiian government to acquire permanent de jure recognition status and rejoin the community of nations as a free, open election for the residents of Hawaii will occur before December 31st. We are eager to correspond with the governments of all nations and begin diplomatic relations. Mahalo for your time. Holy Paul.
So this is our 18th anniversary, and since then we've made lots of Hawaiian nationals. Okay, that's using our license plates and driver's license and making criminals. The state is making criminals out of Hawaiian nationals. So I just wanted to bring that to light because in court, Hawaiian national needs to be judged under his own laws and not U.S. laws. Thank you. Something about the map.
On that note, and with the declaration being said and the notices being read, we will continue to reclaim our lands legally through due process of law. And like Uncle Keo was stating, the state of Hawaii turns us into criminals when we in fact are trying to just exist, reclaim our lands, go back home, and live freely without oppression and suppression and terrorism by the United States government and to put us down. So let this be a notice to everyone, including the state officials and the mo'is of the de facto government, to do the right things. You guys are in places and positions of power. Do the right thing with your power. Follow Akua's law, follow man's law. All we're asking here is for the lawmakers and the people who enforce these laws, follow your own laws, please. And let us exist as a people, freely. Mahalo ke Akua. To all the Kanaka Maoris out there, Olipa'a, steadfast forever. Aloha. Another note, addressing the officials and the mo'is of this de facto government of the state of Hawaii. The judicial misconduct that us Kanaka Maoli and citizens of the lawful Hawaiian government, the judicial misconduct that we experience in the courtrooms is absolutely ridiculous. The state of Hawaii admits to not having jurisdiction but fails to relay the message to the police department or the police commission. So we are not, so they deal to hinder us and harass us, and they don't give that notice. So it's we're stuck in a wormhole going back and forth. Please tell us that this needs to be worked out in the judicial system and they need to hear it from the courts, and the courts tell us that they need to hear it from the police. So it's a ma and pa situation. We're stuck going back and forth. I mean, like I said, when you have power in your hands and you have authority, you have a lot of responsibility. Do the right things, mo'is and leaders of the de facto government. Let us exist freely because you in fact are Kanaka Maoli yourselves. Aloha.
The lawful Hawaiian government enacted a resolution to identify Hawaiian national lands. This instrument is called ahus. They are constructed of pohaku of different sizes. The ahu we are building is 3 feet by 3 feet by 2 feet. These are being built on all the mokus. Mahalo ke Akua.
Take the lands away, sell it to somebody from far away. Little by little, take it every day. You gotta leave some land for the Hawaiian people. You got to give some land to the Hawaiian people. You got to leave some land for the Hawaiian people.
paunu ka hana poholalo. He aha ka vai o ka opihi o ka aina e. A ohe ona ono ke ai aku. I he aku nei ka he molele o kaua i ka mali. Ua helu ino ia e nā miki ao ke kakapili. Au e ka o mino e. Na ka o ini no e ho o pula pula i kona aina. Na kāna mau mamo ia e au amoli ke.
We've got to come together. The rain and the windy weather. We've got to stay alive. Hawaiian people, we gotta survive. We got to leave some land for the Hawaiian people. They've got to give some land to my Hawaiian people. We got to leave some land for my Hawaiian people. We got to give some land to the Hawaiian people.
E mali mai noi nei kukini. E walo aku nei ke kalo kanu o ka aina. Mai kāna lua. A ole no e ho hema hema. Hema hema no ka i ole miki miki ka oa. O ko ka hua no ia. Ke ole hana ua. I ho ili ia mai e nā ka hiko. Nā ka aloku loku kūmakani. E nā e we hana o ka aina. E kua pūlawa i ka pai o no ka pono.
Leave some land for